Con el número 13, Sharif Fajardo. Con el número 12, Roberto. Con el número 11,
San Juan, Puerto Rico, site of the America's Olympic qualifying tournament. The host country has filled Roberto Clemente Coliseum to capacity to see their Islanders take on Team USA. Jose Picolín Ortiz has been a fixture of the Puerto Rican national team for over 25 years. As he is being introduced, we will talk to him in just a few moments. But now, let's go to Dave Weekly and Mike Antonio.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. And Mike, it's a real circus atmosphere inside this arena tonight. And outside of the semifinals and the finals of the FIBA Tournament of the Americas that will take place this weekend, this is the most highly anticipated game in this tournament.
Well, it sure is. The fans are juiced up tonight, and that will help the Puerto Rican national team immensely. They cannot, match up with some of the talent that Team USA has, but with these people behind them, it'll be a good game.
The two teams involved, and we'll step aside now momentarily for the national anthem.
Y ahora el himno de Puerto Rico.
The national anthems of the United States and Puerto Rico, and with me, the team captain, Picolín of Team Puerto Rico. You've been playing against the United States since 1987. What do you and your teammates have for Team USA tonight?
We just, come out and the way we should, seriously play ball and, just try to do our best.
4 years ago at the Tournament of the Americas, you retired from international play. Is it moments like this and games like this that keep you going?
Yes, it does. And, I always said I never wanted to retire. I'm here for my country, and especially for basketball, because, it's so much love that basketball has given me. And you know, it's very difficult.
How will this passionate crowd inspire your team tonight?
Very much. I think, you know, it's, what we're doing is for them. And I think they should be very excited about this game. And we're just going to do our best, and, you know, like we always do.
Thanks a lot. You've been a pillar of strength for Team Puerto Rico and a great ambassador for international play. Let's go back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. Thank you, Jose Ortiz. And Mike, a lot of national pride on the line, a huge throng, and Puerto Rico should play up to the level of these fans in here tonight.
Well, we hope so. They haven't had a great tournament so far, but I'm sure they're looking forward to this game, and so are the fans.
Carlos Arroyo, one of the outstanding guards of Puerto Rico, told us before the game tonight he's really looking forward to playing in front of this large crowd.
Big game tonight for Puerto Rico. Big game, one step to qualify for the Olympics, one step closer. And I think our main goal, we understand, is play hard this weekend, you know, to show the people here and that has supported us throughout the tournament that we are made of a lot of heart, and all the guys understand that. And it's just to play basketball every night and to play hard.
The fans, they help so much. They don't even know how much they help, but having their support is you know, having that extra six man out there is great. You know, it gives us a great energy.
Elias Ayuso also fired up about playing in front of this large crowd tonight here in San Juan. Let's swing it over to Craig Sager now. Craig?
Along with assistant coach Oliver Purnell, one of the changes we see Tracy McGrady told us a couple of days ago he was through for the tournament. He is dressed. Why the miraculous comeback?
Well, he's had a back that's been, you know, stressed, and it's been stiffening up on him. So we took some precautions with him and held him out a couple of games. We're going to start it tonight partly because we don't want him to warm up and then stiffen up. So hopefully he can go 15, 20 minutes and then be ready for the weekend.
We know what this crowd means for Team Puerto Rico. How do you feel as a, well, not the enemy, but the opponent coming in here?
Well, I think it's great for these guys. They like atmosphere. They like noise. This is international basketball at its best in terms of atmosphere. I think it'll help get us ready to play.
All right, thanks a lot. Back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Mike. Tracy McGrady back in the lineup for the first time since early in the first half, since the game against the Virgin Islands in the opening round. He obviously will give Team USA a lift tonight.
Oh, no doubt about it. I'm, you know, happy for Tracy. I'm sure sitting around the hotel and not doing anything felt a little bit better, and his competitive juices took over, and he wants to play. That's great.
McGrady's problem was described as a back strain. He did not come to the arena for the game earlier this week against the Canadian national team. The following two games, he came to the arena but stayed on the Team USA bench in his sweats. And the fact that he came out in the layup line before tonight's game was really a surprise to everyone, and definitely a pleasant surprise for Team USA. And Team USA tonight is in their white uniforms, and they are trimmed in blue and red. And Puerto Rico tonight will be in their all red uniforms, trimmed in blue and white. Should be a very, very entertaining game. This is the final game of the second round. The semifinals and the finals are set for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, here at the Roberto Clemente Coliseum in San Juan. For Puerto Rico in the backcourt, Arroyo and Ayuso. Rivera and Santiago inside for Team USA. Iverson and Kidd in the backcourt. Jermaine O'Neal, a strong game last night against Mexico. Tracy McGrady returns to the lineup tonight. And Tim Duncan, after 16 points and 6 rebounds against the Mexican Nationals last night, is in the pivot.
Well, Coach Julio Toro already started a little bit of a different lineup. Santiago, who hasn't been starting, and also with Rivera. Two guys in the front court, a little bit different.
And the tap is controlled by Puerto Rico. They are 4-2 in this competition. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. Team USA 7 of 7, officially 6-0 in the FIBA Tournament of the Americas.
You know, I don't love the lineup that, you know, I hate that the coach from Puerto Rico started. I think Latimer needs to get in there because he can hit some outside shots. They're going to have to open the court up somehow.
Team USA has only scored the first basket in 2 of their 7 games, and here's an opportunity for Tim Duncan.
That's a great matchup between Duncan and Santiago. First time that Daniel Santiago had his kind of career jump started. He was in Europe playing for Varese, McDonald's Open 1999, and he had an unbelievable game against the San Antonio Spurs. And from there, he went to Phoenix Suns and started playing a little bit in the NBA. But
free throw shooting has not been good so far for the United States in this tournament, but they are up to 69% as a team, and Tim Duncan puts Team USA in front 2-0.
another key to watch is Arroyo. He's going to have to be able to handle the pressure, get the team into something that they can run.
Ayusu throws the ball away. Allen Iverson to steal for the United States. Ahead to Tracy McGrady. And he'll take a three. In and out, no good. Daniel Santiago, the rebound for Puerto Rico. Ayuso will trigger for three. And look at the white shirts of the United States underneath the defensive board. This is Duncan. Off to Kidd. Jermaine O'Neal has been a quick starter throughout this tournament, and he starts quickly again tonight with a bucket.
Well, you see the Team USA is already a little bit more concentrated in what they're doing. They've come out juiced up. They feel the crowd.
Santiago can't get the shot to go. And a foul is going to be called on Carlos Arroyo. Team foul number 2 on Puerto Rico.
Team USA just seems like they've come out with more of a purpose, moving the ball a little bit better, getting into their offense.
Allen Iverson goes baseline. Here's Duncan. Puerto Rico with an opportunity for their first basket now. They trail 4-0. Santiago and a whistle, and it's going to be Jermaine O'Neal whistled on his personal foul. O'Neal got in early foul trouble last night.
You see him battling for position underneath. And in international play, the problem is you don't know how much you can push or not, because it's not going to be the same from every night. He's going to have to adjust to it, don't worry about it, and just play through it.
Santiago can't control it. Here's Iverson. Iverson all the way to the goal. Won't stay in there. Jermaine O'Neal, the rebound. Santiago, the big block. And the ball will belong to the United States. And here's an indication of how this crowd could be a factor in tonight's game. Kidd to trigger, 21 on the shot clock. O'Neal, air ball. Duncan, the follow. Mike, this Puerto Rico offense does not shoot the three, or has not shot the three very well in this tournament. How should they attack the United States tonight in a half-court set?
Well, they're going to have to shoot the three, because that's all they've got. I don't think you can go against Duncan and O'Neal inside. Santiago's going to try, and he did a good job. Great job with Daniel Santiago.
Daniel Santiago, 7'1", 27 years old, signed in mid-July with the Milwaukee Bucks.
And you have to go inside just to keep the defense honest, but Puerto Rico to win has to knock down some threes.
McGrady, the follow-away, Tracy McGrady. McGrady led the United States team in scoring during the opening round, and he led the NBA in scoring last year, over 32 points a game. Arroyo's shot is blocked by Allen Iverson.
That was just super defense by Iverson. Kidd.
Santiago sends Kidd's attempt out. Here's Iverson for three. Antonio Latimer, the rebound. Here's Arroyo.
That's exactly what Arroyo has to do. He has to keep the defense honest. They go under picks. He's going to have to knock down threes. That's a great play. Give him some confidence.
Arroyo just 5 of 18 on his three-point attempts in this tournament, just 28%, but he hits his first. Here's T-Mac. McGrady with a follow.
I know one thing, it wasn't good news for Puerto Rico that McGrady decided to play today. That will be obvious.
Arroyo with the basketball. Latimer back to Arroyo. He hit it. Puerto Rico back to within 3. Duncan takes a pick, gives a pick to Iverson, and we've got a foul on the floor. And it'll be Santiago, and that's his second.
Segunda, falta personal del número 15, number 15, Daniel Santiago.
I don't know why Santiago didn't want to foul there. He's not going to quite move his feet as fast as Iverson.
Kidd. Duncan beats Santiago to the board and hammers home the rebound. The United States leads by 5.
Team USA, especially Duncan, they've come out with a purpose. They've started off quick. I think the crowd gets their juices going too, and they understand the importance of the next 3 games.
Ayuso with the drop down. Shot up and good by Latimer. Duncan.
Great pass.
Jason Kidd with a great feed to Tim Duncan. Mike, the Puerto Rican national squad is not a good rebounding team. They were out-rebounded last night by Brazil. They're going to have a tough time keeping the United States off the glass tonight.
Oh, they definitely will. They have a throwdown in the middle. You get points for takedowns.
So Jermaine O'Neal, for the second consecutive night, has to head to the bench early with 2 personal fouls.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. But again, that's how refereeing will be, and is, and was, and you're just going to have to play through it. Cannot worry about it. It'll drive you crazy.
So 2 of the big men in the game tonight, Mike. Daniel Santiago with 2 personal fouls on the bench for Puerto Rico, and Jermaine O'Neal, a starter for the United States, also with 2 personals. Here's McGrady. Look out. Might be one of those nights for T-Mac.
That was great defensive play by T-Mac. Arroyo made his first mistake.
Ayuso, the crossover. Over Jason Kidd. Ayuso is 40% from 3-point land in this tournament. McGrady for 3. Latimer the rebound for Puerto Rico. Ayuso lost the handle. Slapped out of bounds by McGrady.
Puerto Rico's doing a great job of just moving the basketball. They don't need to get into a macho thing. Just move the ball, find the open man, hit the open shots, knock him down.
Puerto Rico calls a timeout. 3:44 to go. Opening quarter. Team USA with a 16-12 lead.
You know, just a great crossover by Uso. Had Jason back on his heels. Great shot. I'm sure Greg Popovich likes that.
Yeah. And we don't see any indication of soreness in T-Mac's back.
No, that'll just make some, little Uso's back a little hurting. That was a great dunk by McGrady.
Mike, it looks like the United States tonight is off to a little bit of a quicker start. They've had some problems with slow starts here in the second round, including last night's game with Mexico, but they seem a little bit more high energy tonight.
Well, I think they see the light at the end of the tunnel. They've got 3 more games left. They know what they have to do. The crowd is pumped up today. That always helps. Whether you're an opponent or it's your home team, they're juiced up a little bit. You see that. They're playing basketball. But the key is going to be for Puerto Rico, not the first quarter. It's going to be the second, middle of the third. When you start to wear down a little bit, Team USA puts in Elton Brand, puts in different energy guys. Can they withstand the tempo that Team USA will create here as the game goes along?
Team USA is capable of going on a run at any time. Last night against Mexico, they had a 3-point lead in the third quarter and then put the game away with a 21-5 run. McGrady comes out of there with the ball.
It is just super tough to challenge Tim Duncan or Kenyon Martin now underneath the basket.
Jason Kidd, air ball. Jose Ortiz, the ageless one, 39 years old, comes up with a rebound. Arroyo had the ball slapped away. Puerto Rico will keep it. 16 on the shot clock. Larry Brown is the head coach of Team USA. represented the United States as a player, as an assistant coach, and now the head coach. Jose Ortiz.
Picolín, they love him here.
Had 16 points and 7 boards in 32 minutes last night in Puerto Rico's emotional 2-point win over Brazil. A game that eliminated Brazil from Olympic competition. Tim Duncan misses the shot. Ayuso always looking for the three. Ortiz wants to turn on Duncan. Got his own rebound. Got his own rebound again and puts it in.
That's a 40-year-old guy showing more energy and more effort than 5 of the Team USA guys.
Ortiz with 3 attempts would not be denied, and the game is tied. Kenyon Martin. And a foul, a reaching foul will be called on Ayuso. And listen to this crowd.
This guy said 40 years old, that's pretty good. He wants to play till he's 45. That's pretty good. He's in great shape.
Still works out 5 days a week, 365 days a year, unlike many of his Puerto Rican teammates. All right, the United States comes off the bench with Mike Bibby and Vince Carter. Iverson for 3. Arroyo, long outlet pass.
Great fast break by Puerto Rico. Team USA is starting to fall in the same old habits. They're standing around, going one-on-one a little bit too much. They're needing to move the basketball.
Routinier with his first basket. Duncan over Ortiz.
And always a good idea to go into Tim Duncan. When in doubt, go into the big fella.
Tied again at 18. Inside of 90 seconds to go in the first. We'll play 4 10-minute quarters tonight. Arroyo guarded closely by Iverson. Here's Ortiz. The fall away. Good defense by Tim Duncan. Here comes Vince Carter. Carter down the lane. And Vince Carter will go to the line for 2. The foul is whistled on Jorge Rivera.
We're having a discussion between the referee and the whole staff of Puerto Rico. He's going to explain to all of them what happened.
Julio Toro is the head coach of Puerto Rico. Mike, what do you think? Was that a question about continuation?
I don't know what they were talking about. I have no idea. No, they were talking down on the defensive end. They thought Duncan, I guess, fouled Ortiz. I've never quite seen a mass meeting like that.
Julio Toro, longtime coach in the Superior Basketball League here in Puerto Rico, holds the record for the most league championships. And he knows what it's like to take on a powerful team of NBA stars from the United States. In 1992, he took unheralded Venezuela to a second-place finish at the Olympic qualifying tournament, which marked the debut of the Dream Team. Ortiz. Arroyo back to Ortiz for 2.
That's a great move by Ortiz to get it out to Arroyo. He cannot go one-on-one against Tim Duncan. That just won't work. Doing a super job of passing back out, set a little pick, and great finish for 2 points. That's how teams are going to have to play against Team USA. They cannot go man-to-man. You cannot dump it in and just leave them alone and think they're going to score against Duncan or O'Neal, Kenyon Martin. They'll have to do a little bit, team-oriented. That's why Argentina has good success. They move the basketball and find the open man.
Ortiz can't complete the three-point play, and a foul is going to be whistled on Sharif Fajardo. So Fajardo is whistled on a personal foul about 1 second after he checks into the game.
Number 13, Sharif Fajardo.
The United States is in the bonus. And so Kenyon Martin will step up. Kmart's sporting the white headband tonight. Greg Popovich assisting Larry Brown. You see Brown directing traffic, always thinking defense. That's been a big point of emphasis for Team USA here in San Juan.
Well, team defense just gets them jump started. They create a lot of offense. They're shooting about 68% in the tournament because of layups and tip-ins and different things they create on the defensive end.
Mike Bibby hounding Arroyo. Bibby tied for the lead in steals in this tournament. Fajardo had a shot blocked by Martin.
That is not going to get it done.
Ray Allen checks in for the United States. So it's Bibby, Allen, Tim Duncan, Kenyon Martin, and Vince Carter as we go into the final 10 seconds of quarter number 1. Bibby. Fajardo. Ayuso. And we've come to the end of the opening quarter.
Just a great quarter by Puerto Rico. Started off strong, withstand a little bit. United States or Team USA came out pretty contrary, 22-20. A great job. This second quarter is going to be key.
Every seat filled tonight. A capacity crowd at Roberto Clemente Coliseum in San Juan.
We gotta be up tighter.
Let's listen in to Team USA's huddle and head coach Larry Brown.
Good. We gotta be attacked early. And then the offense is not good now. We can stand on one side. Trace, we went guard the wing, threw it back to you. That's automatic dive.
Mike, it's so loud in here tonight. We're having a little bit of a problem hearing in the United States huddle. What do you think that Coach Brown is talking about?
Well, I'm sure he's, first stress the defense, the weak side defense. They have to help, especially on pick and rolls. A couple easy baskets that they gave up that I'm sure he wasn't happy with. On the offensive end, just have to move the basketball. I think a lot of us, the players are just together for 2 or 3 weeks. They forget a lot of their offense. So he's just trying to remind them of what's automatic, diving, passing the ball, moving around, and just not rely on one-on-one skills. And that's probably the toughest thing for Team USA to overcome, is to become a team and not to rely on their individual skills.
United States with a 2-point lead. Both teams shooting 47% from the field after 1 quarter. Maybe the key here from outside the arc, the United States 0 for 4. Puerto Rico, however, has made both of their 3-point attempts.
And that will be a big key as we go on. So far, we haven't seen Casiano. Casiano's in right now. He's another 3-point shooter that has super range. But Arroyo will be open, and he needs to knock him down.
Eddie Casiano leads Puerto Rico in points per game, 14.7, and in minutes played per game, over 31 per contest. Vince Carter for the United States.
Good 2-man play, and that's exactly how they have to play. 2-man, less one-on-one, more of a team play.
Inside, no good. In and out of the hands of Fajardo. Tapped out of bounds, however, last by a United States player. Puerto Rico will keep it, but only 2 seconds on the shot clock. Arroyo will trigger it. Duncan the rebound. Quickly out is Ray Allen.
Great outlet pass by Tim Duncan.
Ray Allen.
That's too easy. Puerto Rico had to run back, get Ortiz off of Allen. There's no way he can guard him out on the perimeter.
The United States has played very well in second quarter action throughout this tournament. And they've come out and put up back-to-back buckets to extend their lead to 6 points, 26-20. Arroyo out of the corner. That's a three. Kenyon Martin. Back iron. Latimer the rebound for Puerto Rico. One and done for the United States on that trip. Fajardo. And he is fouled by Kenyon Martin.
Yeah, that's just something they do not want to go to. There's no way that Fajardo's going to be able to take Kenyon Martin. Again, we talk about the importance of Arroyo knocking this down. He's doing a great job so far. Team Puerto Rico's looking good. He's doing a great job of getting his guys into something, making shots when he's open.
Arroyo has 8 points to lead Puerto Rico. They can tie the game if this three goes down. Jermaine O'Neal skies for the rebound. He's back into the lineup with 2 personal fouls. Bibby throws it away. Here comes Arroyo.
Great
Ortiz.
pass. Arroyo is dominating this game right now. He is playing great for the pleasure of the Utah Jazz fans.
3-point attempt, tipped back up and in by Jermaine O'Neal. Carter's three out of the corner rattled out, but Jermaine O'Neal stuck it right back in.
It didn't even break a smile on that one. That was good.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal has been playing angry for the last 2 games ever since the...
Well, he's been getting shafted on this call. They've got him out of the game for things that he's been playing well also.
Inside, Fajardo. Timeout, United States.
One of the few timeouts that the U.S. Team USA has called. Need to talk it over. I just can't say how that's just set up by the point guard Arroyo and over to Ortiz, who another guy that's fundamentally sound and a lot of experience there. Great play.
Mike, how about an explanation of the impact on this game tonight for Puerto Rico? In the semifinals, what happens if Puerto Rico manages to upset the United States tonight?
Well, first of all, there'll be a great party in Puerto Rico. That's for
absolutely.
Sure. We'll be dancing in the streets until about 4 in the morning. Second thing that happens is that they move to 3rd spot. Argentina moves to the 4th spot. So the semis will be Team USA against Argentina, and then you'd have Puerto Rico against Canada. So, hey, this is the game that Puerto Rico wants to win because the ultimate objective is to get to the Olympics. And they would have a better chance of playing first Canada or whoever, and then maybe Argentina. I know I wouldn't want to meet Team USA Saturday. Then you only have one chance maybe to get to the final.
10 teams started this tournament. 2 were eliminated after the opening round. 3 of the 10 teams will go to the Olympic Games. That'll be determined this weekend. If Puerto Rico beats the United States tonight, they will not have to play the U.S. on Saturday. If the United States wins, Puerto Rico will play Team USA again on Saturday. And you can see those games live on pay-per-view. Ray Allen goes baseline. Oh my goodness, Ray Allen.
Well, whatever they said at timeout, that works. Puerto Rico came out in a 2-3 zone. Ray Allen just attacked it in the baseline. Great dunk.
United States with a 3-point lead. Fajardo got it back. Ortiz, the pull-up. Somebody forgot to tell Ortiz he's 40 years old.
I think he feels like he's 25 right now. Tomorrow morning he might feel 40 years old.
Bibby, Carter, he likes that spot. Long rebound controlled by the United States. Behind the back dribble by Carter.
Oh, he got fouled.
Wild pull-away shot, no good. Fajardo. And a travel. Good defense by the United States.
Well, it is good defense, but that's about the third time that Fajardo wants to go one-on-one. For what reason, I don't know. There's no sense in it. He's got a shooter right there in the corner. Casiano was sitting right in the corner. You got to pass and move the basketball.
That's exactly right. The teams that have had success against the United States in this tournament, limited success be it, have been the teams that have moved the ball. Elton Brand in.
You know, it's like that in every level. It doesn't matter where you play. You have to move the basketball. Obviously, if you had the most talent and you got the best one-on-one players, you could probably get away with a little bit more one-on-one than a team that's inferior. But if you move the basketball, you can close the gap. And that's exactly what happens. If it carries over to the other guy, now he takes a bad shot because he didn't get the last time down.
There's a three by Ray Allen. Boy, Jermaine O'Neal.
Great job.
Great offensive rebound. Allen, all the time in the world. Won't stay in there. Puerto Rico dodged a bullet there. Three on the way. Casiano couldn't get it down. Julio Toro wanted a foul. No call. This is Bibby. Jermaine O'Neal, Elton Brand. Can't hit the follow.
Team USA is not getting many calls, that's for sure. But again, just play through it. It'll even out.
Pace of the game slowing now just a bit. Three on the way, no good by Latimer. The rebound by O'Neal. United States looking to add to their lead, Elton Brand. And that won't stay in for Brand.
You know, last time down, Ortiz has already figured it out. He passes the ball back out, either sets a pick and roll, or he hits the shooter that last time. That's exactly how you have to play.
Julio Toro, the head coach of Puerto Rico, imploring his team to slow it down. This is Arroyo. He's fouled. Bibby with the personal. And Arroyo will have 3 free throws. We've got an official timeout on the floor with 4:10 to go in the first half. The United States leading 32-29.
That was a good timeout for Team USA. They're getting frustrated because they aren't getting hit on their shots. The referees have not called that right now. And it's nothing, it shouldn't be anything new because it will happen in the second half. They will get away with some stuff also, but if you let it affect your game, then you're going to be, that's 2 mistakes you make.
We got no cutters. I've got to move the ball. And if we're hitting the post, we're not coming over and back screening. We got a cutter, and we fill and we get in the slot. We got to move the ball. We got to go from side to side. Put too much pressure on us defensively. We're getting in foul trouble. We got to have more than one guy on the board. And we got to get attached on defense. We can't let them just enter the ball on the post. We haven't taken one post pass away. Right? Look, play like a team, guys. All we're doing is playing like one pass or a shot. It's not going to get done. Come on. We got to concentrate.
Well, that's simple enough, Mike. Pass the ball.
Yeah, that's the key. You hope it doesn't fall on deaf ears. You hope that Team USA is listening because that's the whole thing he was saying. Take the ball from one side to the other side. Swing it to the weak side.
¿Tienes el tráfico? Aquí hay gente. Sigue la ruta de Bibi. 1-1-3. Sigan la ruta. Lo escolto y recibo al otro. Marea. Vamos.
Julio Toro with some 5 shots before Puerto Rico heads back out on the floor.
Probably the same thoughts that Coach Brown said in English, he said it in Spanish.
I think you're right.
It translates the same way because the game is simple and the game is supposed to be played one way.
Arroyo will have 3 free throws. He's the 5th Puerto Rican in history to play in the NBA, and he did so with the Toronto Raptors 2 years ago. One more free throw for Arroyo.
He's had a terrific first 16 minutes. The guy's done everything a point guard is supposed to do. He's taken the opportunities, knock down big shots. He's got the ball where it's supposed to get, and doing a good job on the defensive end.
Arroyo 1 of 3 at the line that time. He makes his home in Miami. Here's Iverson. Allen Iverson. And Julio Toro just throws his hands in the air. What can you do to stop that? That's just a great individual play.
It really was. And, you know, he can get away with it. That's why they're the best in the world. Because a normal player misses that shot and coach takes you out.
Santiago.
Good job, Elton Brand. There you go.
That's allowed in international ball. Iverson. And a whistle. And that's going to be Arroyo on the foul. That's his second. Ayuso is back into the game.
Did a great job, Coach Toro. He's going to put Ayuso at the point guard instead of a younger kid, Roberto Hatton. He had him at the table to go in for Arroyo, but he's going to come in with Ayuso.
Now that doesn't happen very often, where you get sent to the scoring table to check in, and the coach pulls you back.
Well, in my career, I did a few times. They would send me up there just to get some exercise, I think. But I think it's a good idea because Uso is much more dangerous on the outside. Now, if he can handle the pressure and get the team into something, it's a great move.
The Puerto Rican national squad has been hurt by injuries in this tournament. You can see Team USA winning the battle of the offensive rebound. Rick Apodaca, a 23-year-old guard from Hofstra, suffered a tournament-ending knee injury with just 4 minutes to go in their victory over the Dominican Republic on Tuesday night. And Richie Dalmau, suffered a knee injury in the final game of the opening round against Argentina last Sunday night. Both of those guards not available for Puerto Rico.
I take it back. Roberto Hatton is in the game at the point guard.
T-Mac back in, Tracy McGrady. Jason Kidd also returns with Tim Duncan. Kidd. And that's his first three-point goal of this tournament.
I told you, as the week goes on, it gets closer to something important, his shot will get better.
Jason Kidd with his first three. This is the 8th game in this tournament for the United States. Ayuso missed the shot. Santiago couldn't put on the rebound, and the 7-footer goes diving over the end line to try to save it.
I guess he dove, or he had a flat tire, one or the other.
Ayuso marking Jason Kidd. The United States with a 7-point lead. Here's Iverson. Kidd saves it. And then threw it away. And the ball will belong to the United States.
Again, the refereeing will be inconsistent. It'll go against Team USA for a while, then it'll go against Puerto Rico. It's so important just to play through it. Don't let it bother you.
T-Mac swings into the lane. Duncan couldn't hit the putback. Loose ball.
Great hustle by Elton Brand. Might have pushed him a little bit. Good hustle. One thing I like Team USA, they're moving the basketball a lot better. They messed up the last couple times down, but the ball moves like that, they will get wide open shots. The lead will balloon up to 20 before you know it.
And the United States, full court pressure D. Iverson taps the ball away. Ayuso spins into the front court, or he's attempting to get in the front court.
8 seconds.
Nope, that's a violation.
Jason Kidd did a great job of pressure, keep him in the back court for 8 seconds. Without Arroyo, somebody's going to have to be able to bring it up.
Larry Brown sensed that. Iverson goes all the way through.
Good movement.
Elton Brand counted and a foul. Elton Brand.
You know, finally they're getting some good movement. They pass the ball 2 or 3 times and you get a layup. It's amazing. The percentage of your, you just swing it one time from one side to the other side, your percentage of your shot goes way up. It's an easy game.
Jorge Rivera whistled on the personal foul. Brand completes the 3-point play, and the United States has a 10-point lead. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Kidd to Brand. And Puerto Rico calls a timeout. That's their second and final timeout of the first half.
Exactly like what we said, second quarter. Precisely. Elton Brand doing a great job of trapping at half court, and they were all over it. Great finish by Brand.
Brand was able to take the ball right off Roberto Hatton, 26-year-old guard who played his college basketball at Marist.
La idea es irle para el camerino por menos de 10 puntos. Solamente tienen que bajar 3 puntos con la posesión de la bola. Solamente tienen que bajar 3 puntos. Selección de tiro. Hagan las cortinas. Un buen tiro es lo que pretendemos.
Well, Mike, basketball in any language is a simple game to understand. Julio Toro is telling his team that they need to cut this lead to single digits before halftime.
Well, the thing is, he needs to tell Team USA that, because I think they're controlling the game right now. He can tell his players whatever, but right now it's tough for them to get the ball over half court. That's a problem. I mean, there's 2 ways to counteract it. Put Arroyo back in, go with him, although he could be tired, needs some rest, but got to get it over. Or have your big guys bring it up. And right now, Santiago and Rivera in the game, they don't have a big guy who can bring it up. So they're struggling. Uh-oh.
Hatton appears to have been caught in the eye by Allen Iverson.
Let's see, that would either be a foul or
well, in this case, it might mean an autograph after the game.
He raked him across the eyes and mouth.
And Julio Toro was making your point, Mike. That's got to be a foul, doesn't it?
One or the other.
Hatton, the runner.
Great job by Pat.
That's a big basket by Puerto Rico. Cuts the lead to 10.
That's a real big basket. They had no momentum whatsoever. That helps.
Duncan. And that is a perfect example of a shooter's roll.
Well, plus, I mean, as good as he is, he doesn't need to get rolls like that. That's not fair.
And Ayuso tried to split the double team, and Jason Kidd is whistled on the foul. For Team USA, that's their 3rd team foul. How many fouls, Mike, here in the second quarter? 3 team fouls in the United States and only 2 on Puerto Rico as we go under a minute in the first half.
Well, Team USA has definitely picked up the intensity. It's a full court game. They're not slugging it out. They're using their quickness and strength. Doing a great job right now.
Stay with us at halftime. Our Craig Sager will have a conversation with Richard Jefferson of the New Jersey Nets. We'll also have Jermaine O'Neal's reaction to yesterday's dismissal of Indiana Pacers coach Isaiah Thomas. That's been a hot topic down here. Right before the U.S. camp opened up, Allen Iverson's wife, Tawana, had their third child, and Iverson named that child, their second boy, Isaiah, after Isaiah Thomas. And now we've got a problem with the clock.
No, we got a problem with, they're saying that Team USA is over the bonus. There was 3 fouls were on the board there, and now they put up 5, so that's a problem.
That's 4 fouls. There was 3 on the board. Don't tell them what. That was 3 on the board.
Coach Brown said there was 3 team fouls listed up on the board. 1 foul makes 4, and he was right. There was 3 up there. Now there's 5.
Meanwhile, Julio Toro just sitting back saying, hey, I'm just looking up on the board and I see the word bonus.
But they couldn't make a mistake on the board. Okay?
I know that.
All right.
I know that. These guys
All right, thank you, Coach.
No, don't thank me. Guys aren't right.
Coach Brown's right. They looked up. It looked like he only had 3 fouls. You can give 1, and then it turns out to be a bonus.
Santiago hits the free throw. Santiago hangs in a pair. 10-point game. Iverson with a pick up top. The runner, and he is fouled, and Allen Iverson will go to the line.
Iverson did a great job of attacking Santiago, jumped into his body, got the foul. 3rd foul, if I'm not mistaken, on Santiago.
It is. It's his 3rd personal foul, and that's a big one. So here is Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson leads the United States in scoring at 14.6 points per game.
Puerto Rico has 42 seconds to see if they go 2 for 1. First of all, see if they can get across half court.
Iverson, an 80% free throw shooter here at San Juan, makes 1 of 2. Just beat the 8 count.
It doesn't look like they're going to go 2 for 1.
Patton down the lane. And he's put another runner in the basket.
Patton's done a great job in the pick and roll twice. Duncan has stepped out. He's going around 10 pretty fast. Gotten into the lane, made 2 runners.
Well, Julio Toro's goal was to cut the United States lead to 8 before halftime.
Well, Puerto
It's
Rico's
9
got
right
a
now.
foul to give. Let's see if they give it. Well, they should have given it. Ooh. Great block.
Super block. McGrady unable to get the stuff. Patton, and there's a double dribble call on Hatton that will give the ball back to the United States with 2.9 to play in the 2nd quarter.
They raked him pretty good. That was a tough call.
Iverson. Allen Iverson, so good in those types of situations. The shot was online, just too strong. And the United States heads back to the locker room here at the Roberto Clemente Coliseo with a 9-point lead over Puerto Rico, 45-36. Let's swing it over to Craig Sager, who's got Tracy McGrady.
Well, for a guy with a bad back, you're spending a lot of time above the rim. Are you being cautious now at halftime about how your back will react?
Not at all. I'm out here playing, so I can't worry about my back right now. That's the main reason I came out here. I'm not going to make any excuses. It's a little sore. But I'm trying to win, so I'm not worrying about my back right now.
Is it the importance of the game and the situation, the setting?
Say that again?
Is it the importance of this game and the situation, helping your teammates?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's countdown to the finals here, so I'm all about winning this gold medal, man, and that's my main concern right now. Not worrying about injuries right now.
Thanks a lot. Good luck. Dave.
All right, Tracy McGrady going back to the locker room, not thinking about his back, thinking about keeping the United States undefeated in this tournament. 45-36, they lead Puerto Rico at halftime. Mike, the United States had a lot more energy in the first half, but Puerto Rico did not go away late in the 2nd quarter. It's still a ball game.
Oh, they did a great job at timeout. And, Coach Toro said they want to get it down to 8. They got it to 9 points, so they're still in the game. Obviously, how they start out in the third quarter is going to be key. One thing that stands out in the stats, Team USA, 5 assists. That doesn't get it done. They've been averaging about 40, 30 or 40.
Yeah.
And tonight they've only got 5. A lot of times you get down, you want to win it, and they're all great stars. They want to go one-on-one and win it by themselves. And they had a little flurry there where they moved the ball a little bit better, got it out to a 14-point lead. We kind of went back to one-on-one, and that's when they get in trouble.
Yep, and Mike, the United States unable to really get anything going outside the three-point line in the first half, only 2 out of 10. Tracy McGrady was so effective in that area in the opening round of this tournament.
Well, because their three-point shots come off either coming down on the dribble or just one pass and a shot. And they have to move the ball around a little bit better, take a little bit better shots. Your percentage will go way off.
Well, we haven't seen Richard Jefferson of the New Jersey Nets in the game yet, but he's happy to be one of the role players on this United States squad. And earlier, Craig Sager sat down with the young and talented forward of the New Jersey Nets to talk about the NBA and playing for Team USA.
Whenever you're ready. Well, Richard, now we're down to the Final Four. The United States is going to have to beat Puerto Rico twice in their home court. I saw you last night as you saw Puerto Rico edge out that victory over Brazil. What do you think of the crowd and the atmosphere down here?
Oh, it's great. You look at Puerto Rico and the way they really support their team. You look at Argentina, the way they have the supporters coming all the way up here just to watch them play. You know, it's pretty amazing.
You're used to going to the end. Last 2 years, NBA Finals. The year before that, the Final Four. Now the Final Four here. What are all these experiences like in such a short period of time?
They're great. They're really allowing me to see the best, you know, on every level, whether it's international, whether it's college, whether it's NBA, and to see how hard I have to continue to work to get to that championship level. I think, you know, my teammates are very close, you know, even in New Jersey, you know, we're very close to getting there, but still have a little bit more to go.
How do you think this tournament will improve your play?
Well, I think it allows me to see what I need to do, you know, to be on the same level as a Tracy McGrady, a Vince Carter, Ray Allen, these guys, because you're with them every single day. You see the impact, you see their high level of skills, you see how, you know, good they are when it comes to shooting and defense, and it lets you have kind of a standard to set because you know how intense they are, and it allows you to kind of, you know, mirror yourself with them.
You're named as a role player to this team. With the injury to Tracy McGrady, how has your role changed?
Well, you know, it's all up to the coaches. I think they've been impressed with the way I've handled myself, whether if I play 25 minutes or play 5 minutes. They know that they're going to get a person that make the extra pass, play good defense, you know, and do everything they ask. So it's just a matter of how much playing time I get.
You're playing with guys that are high flyers like you are. What's it like to be at practice and in games with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, guys who can leap and fly as high as you?
Higher, much higher. Vince Carter is the most amazing individual I've ever seen. Being around him and AI are two incredible individuals. I've never even seen some of the stuff that he's done. I couldn't even dream of. You know, and people look at me and sometimes and think about how I can jump and what I could do. He's on a whole nother level.
You mentioned in practice. What do you guys do in practice? How tough is it? And you put on exhibitions and slam dunks and stuff?
No, more than anything in the beginning, it was a matter of us just kind of learning how to play with each other, learning who likes to shoot when, you know, how to make the extra pass, where people like passes. You know, they were competitive. You know, I'm trying to, you know, get better. I'm trying to earn respect. They're trying to prove, you know, Tracy's trying to prove he's, you know, the best, and everyone's, you know, but we're all there for a common goal, and that's to be the best team. But, you know, in amongst ourselves, we learn how to be very competitive.
As a division rival of Allen Iverson, what have you learned about his game or about him that surprised you?
Well, nothing. You know, it's tough to say because you know how competitive he is. I think what surprised me so far is that how, you know, it doesn't matter what team he is on. Right now, he's on a team where he has to do it all. You know, I think he could be just as effective as he was on a team with, you know, another all-star or another, you know, dominant player. He could be just as dominant because, you know, he's able to score 28 points like he did the other night off 10 shots. You know, he can be very effective. It's just, you know, his team asked him to do so much more.
After being in the Final Four, being in the NBA Finals, how do you compare that pressure of those tournaments to this one? Do you feel the pressure here?
I wouldn't say there's more pressure because it's a different type. Here you're expected to win. In those other situations, you're going into it, you know, kind of, you know, not knowing what the outcome is going to be. But here, you know, we're expected to be, you know, the best team, and that's the only I wouldn't say pressure, but that's one excitement about it is that everyone's gunning for you. The referees aren't going to give you any calls. You're not going to have many fans in the stands. You know, you're just going to have people out there that kind of want to see you fail.
Good luck. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
United States leads Puerto Rico 45-36. And Richard Jefferson, one of 3 New Jersey Nets on this Team USA squad. And, of course, he played college basketball at Arizona with Mike Bibby. They grew up 10 minutes from each other in Phoenix, Arizona. Mike, one of the other big stories here in San Juan has been the dismissal of Isaiah Thomas as the head basketball coach of the Indiana Pacers. And Jermaine O'Neal made no secret. He was upset with the move.
Well, you know, it's a tough business. I'm sure that the front office of the Pacers had their reasons. They thought it was best for the team. Jermaine, I'm sure, is upset. You know, they pay him a lot of money to get over being upset and go on with business, because that's what it is, you know, and they're doing the best they can do to try to make the team better. So whether it's right or wrong, we'll see.
Isaiah Thomas out. Jermaine O'Neal just signed a 7-year, $126 million contract. He wouldn't talk to anybody before the game last night with Mexico, but had some very candid comments after it. Let's hear from Jermaine O'Neal on the dismissal of Isaiah Thomas.
Extremely shocked. Extremely shocked. I don't think there's any words that can really describe how I feel right now. You know, outside of the city and my teammates, Isaiah was probably the other 50% reason why I went back to Indiana. Saying that, you know, I don't even know what to say.
Does
you know?
it really rub you the wrong way?
I didn't want to play for any other coach.
Does it really rub you the wrong way when you consider the fact that you signed a long-term deal and then they let go of Isaiah before?
Well, I'm extremely upset, because if it wasn't for Isaiah Thomas, then I'm not here. Isaiah has given me the confidence to be not only the player I am today, but the father I am, you know, the son that I am today. He's really sat down and been a father figure for me, and you know, I was just sitting there trying to grasp, you know, going into the season next year without him. You know, I know I'm a professional. I'm still gonna go out. I'm gonna play for him. You know, and am I disappointed? Hell yeah, I'm extremely disappointed. You know, you know, for multiple reasons, because you know, like I said, he's been the guy that's been coaching me since I've gotten there. He's been the guy that's really given me the confidence to go out and play the way I know I'm capable of playing. And also, I was told that he would be here before I resigned. So, yeah, I'm pretty upset about that.
You feel like you were deceived, Jermaine?
That's what you want to call it. You know, you guys, if your boss told you that, you know, somebody's going to be there, you know, your ace is going to be there for you if you come back, and once you come back, and you know, not even a month later, 2 months later, he's not there. That hurts. That hurts a lot, because like I said, he was more than a coach to me. He was like a father to me.
Do you understand why it happened with Larry and Donnie?
No. I don't care who you get to coach this team. I don't care what team it is, what profession it is. If you don't get players that's going to play every single night, we're going to lose. I don't care. You know, to me, it's mind-blowing, you know, that we would even do this, and then even do it 4 or 5 weeks before the season. You know, I mean who's really making the decisions?
Do you plan on talking to Larry Bird, or do you have anything to say?
I'm more hurt than anything. You know, I plan on talking to Coach Thomas, and that's pretty much it.
Have you spoken to Thomas yet?
I spoke to him this afternoon.
Will you consider asking for a trade because of this?
You know, I don't want to get into that. You know, I'm here to accomplish one goal, and that's to play for USA basketball. I'm gonna handle everything else next week.
Jermaine, can you what's your relationship with Rick Carlisle? That's the guy they said. Can you play for him?
My relationship with the head coach is Isaiah Thomas. That's all I know. That's all I know. I mean, anything else would be new to me. You know, so if you're asking me would we get along, I don't know. I've never played for anybody else outside of Isaiah in Indiana. You know, that's what I wanted to play for, and you know, 16 games better than we were the year before. I mean, I feel like he was working. I feel like the guys feel like he was working. That's just an unfortunate situation. I feel extremely bad for him.
Jermaine, how did you find out about the team call? Did you find out about the news?
Team didn't call me.
You ever heard from anybody with the organization?
I talked to Isaiah later on this afternoon. Team never called me.
Donnie said
he and Larry talked.
I called.
You called them?
I talked to Isaiah.
How did you hear the news?
Isaiah called you.
Isaiah called me.
And
When
what
you
did
heard
he
it from
say?
Isaiah.
He said he was gone. He didn't really sound upset. You know, I think he's more hurt than anything. You know, he's really prepared. He's been with the USA team, you know, trying to, you know, scrap up new plays, new ways to get his players going, get his players motivated. I don't know what to say.
Jermaine, what do you feel your alternatives are at this point?
My alternative at this point now is to get to Greece. Get to Greece, deal with USA basketball right now. That's first and foremost right now, and handle what I have to handle with Indiana Pacers next week. You know, just go down and sit down and discuss and what the future really is, because obviously I don't really know right now what the future is.
Do you want to stay in Indiana?
I'm not going to really comment on that right now.
Jermaine, you were with Rick in Portland. Do you have an impression of him? Did you have any kind of relationship with him?
I mean, that's 8 years ago, you know. It's just, I don't know what type of head coach he is. I mean, I don't know anything, you know, so I'm kind of like you. This is a new situation, you know, I mean, without saying too much, I mean, bottom line, am I happy about it, about Isaiah being fired? No.
Have you talked to any of your Pacers teammates about it?
Everybody was surprised. I talked to Al, talked to Jonathan, Jameson Brewer. Everybody just extremely surprised. I mean, we were geared up to really go at this really strong. Now we got to retool, look at a new system. I mean, I don't know if are we really trying to win the championship this year.
Very strong comments by Jermaine O'Neal, the United States leading Puerto Rico at the break. Mike D'Antoni is a former head coach in the NBA with the Denver Nuggets. You're currently an assistant with the Phoenix Suns. What's your reaction?
I mean, it's tough. Obviously, O'Neal was upset. He is upset and will be upset for a while. But, you know, things happen. Everybody has to make their decision on the best that they have. I mean, I'm sure that the front office of Indiana figured this is the best move for them. Jermaine will be upset for a long time, and then eventually you have to play for who you have to play for. And he'll have to play hard, have a great career, and we'll see as it goes along if it's a good move or not. Could be, might not be, might not work out. So, you know, I thought he handled it pretty well, though. Jermaine's a very mature person.
All right, well, hopefully Jermaine O'Neal will take it out on the Americans' opponents in the remainder of this tournament. Elton Brand had 7 points in the first half, and he's standing by live with our Craig Sager right now. Craig?
Well, with Jermaine O'Neal getting in foul trouble, you expect to play a lot more coming into tournaments and games like this?
You know, I'm not sure. You know, whatever my role is, whenever they give me some minutes, I'm go out there, hustle, do my thing, you know, help the team win.
What did the coaching staff say at halftime?
You know, just keep continuing to share the ball. You know, we lead this tournament in assists, and so far we haven't been sharing it.
All right, thanks a lot. Dave?
All right, Elton Brand, and there's no question about that. The United States has really done an amazing job sharing the ball. They are averaging 33 assists per game. All right, Mike, let's go ahead and check our first half stats. The United States with a much better performance at the free throw line, but the three-point shooting leaves a little bit to be desired.
And again, I just think how they arrive at the three-point shot is not team-oriented. They just haven't worked the ball around, and that's got them into a little bit of trouble. I'm sure they stressed that at halftime. They come out with great energy in the second half. You know, in New York when they had their scrimmage game, same thing. First half kind of so-so. Second half they came out and dominated. So hopefully that's in the mindset of Team USA, and sit back and enjoy it.
You can see at the bottom, Tim Duncan leads the United States with 12 points. He also has 6 of Team USA's 23 rebounds. Elton Brand had 7 points. Tracy McGrady and Allen Iverson and Vince Carter with 6 points apiece. And Jose Ortiz had 10 to lead Puerto Rico.
Well, that's the most telling fact is that, you know, they have a lot less turnovers than Puerto Rico. The press has caused some problems for Puerto Rico. Also, the offensive boards, Team USA has hit them for an advantage. So, luckily, those two things have come through, and that's why we have a 9-point lead right now going into the second half.
Both teams back on the floor. Was set to start the second half. Foul trouble for Puerto Rico, a factor. Daniel Santiago, the 7'1" center, has 3 personal fouls, and Carlos Arroyo has 2 personal fouls for Puerto Rico. He spent the majority of the second quarter on the bench.
Coach Toro is going with Santiago and Ortiz together in the lineup. We'll see if it works.
Duncan to Iverson. Won't drop, but AI will go to the free throw line for 2.
Great pass by Tim Duncan. Great court awareness. Iverson had the layup, just couldn't quite finish.
You know, talking about assists for the United States, Duncan is 10th in this tournament in assists, 3.5 per game. Not the kind of thing you expect from somebody who's 6'11".
No, but that ball goes through Tim Duncan. There'll be a lot of buckets and a lot of assists because he does not make too many mistakes.
Iverson eyeing his 8th point. And off the made free throw, United States gets into the full court pressure defense, but it was just token, and now they fall back. Carlos Arroyo in the first half with 9 points. Ayuso for 3.
Good job by Santiago not challenging Duncan on the inside, throwing it out to Ayuso.
Puerto Rico now just 3 of 9 on their 3-point attempts tonight. Here's Jermaine O'Neal. Ayuso the rebound, off to Arroyo. Puerto Rico quickly into the front court. United States only had 5 assists in the first half. Arroyo got a good look and couldn't knock it down. Jason Kidd chases down the long rebound, and he up-tempos into the front court. Here's McGrady, who was a surprise in the starting lineup tonight.
Oh, great save by O'Neal.
Tap back out to Jason Kidd. All white shirts underneath for the offensive board. Tim Duncan back up and in. He's got 14 points.
Team USA, you see that they talked at halftime about sharing the ball, moving around, doing a lot better job right now. They won't have as much pressure. Elton Brand is kind of the guy that keys the pressure before, or Kenyon Martin. Right now with Duncan and O'Neal in there, you will not see as much full court pressure unless it's just man for man by Iverson or Jason Kidd.
Ayuso down the lane, shot rejected. He's fouled and he'll go to the line.
That could have been rejected by about 3 or 4 players. They all took a swat at it.
Segunda, falta personal del número 5, number 5, Jason Kidd.
Ayuso with just 4 points right now. He had 19 points last night in the win over Brazil, including 4 3-pointers. And of course, the San Antonio Spurs made some news by signing him to a non-guaranteed 1-year contract. Played for 3 seasons at Southern Cal, where he played for Mike Bibby's dad, Henry Bibby. He was born in Puerto Rico, and when his dad died at age 7 in a fire, they moved to the Bronx, where his older brother was eventually murdered. He was sent out to Roswell, New Mexico to get him out of that drug-infested neighborhood. And the dunk by Jermaine O'Neal.
Great pick between the 2 big guys. That's worked with Robinson and Duncan for a few years now. It's worked with Duncan and O'Neal.
13-point edge for the United States. Team USA led by 2 points at the end of 1 and by 9 at halftime. Both of these teams are assured berths in the semifinals on Saturday. The only question is, who will play who? The United States, Puerto Rico, Argentina, and Canada are in the semifinals. Shot clock violation. Ortiz's shot was partially blocked. Another good defensive set in the half court by the United States.
Yeah, it was. And they did something on the pick and roll that I would like to see even more of. They switched the pick and roll. I just don't think that Puerto Rico can take advantage of a mismatch as much as it'll be more beneficial to switch it.
Iverson steps back and knocks it down.
Iverson.
2-point field goal. 15-point lead now for the United States.
Well, Puerto Rico's going to have to do something right now to change the momentum, because this could get to 20 points real quick, and then it's going to be an uphill battle from there on out.
Tim Duncan reaching in, fouls Santiago, and then helps him up. Casiano, 5th in this tournament in scoring, but really not playing all that much. Casiano played only 6.5 minutes in the first half.
You know, you never know the gamesmanship to go on. I mean, they might not want to show all their cards tonight. Wait for Saturday, which they think they're going to play them anyway, and maybe try to surprise them Saturday.
Julio Toro in the huddle with Puerto Rico.
Lo que ustedes quieran, pero que se vea el flow. Reversal. Me escondí. Están demasiado a nivel de ellos. Están ahí pico. Coño, ay, mételos más para adentro. Porque están a un nivel, ver a los de arriba. Y no hay nada detrás de ellos. Escóndelo como ellos hacen. Ustedes tienen que sentir lo que ellos están haciendo. Esta es una fuente de aprendizaje. Par de carajo. Vamos, despierta. No, nada muere, óyese. Papi bleeding.
Well, Puerto Rico in that timeout. The head coach, Julio Toro, stressed the fact that they're too compact in the half-court set. They want to open up. They want to get a little wide in their half-court set if they can. Move the ball around.
I agree with that. Definitely, I agree with that. But with Santiago in there and Ortiz, it makes it tough to open the court up.
Santiago.
Great dunk by Santiago.
And every coach loves that. A basket right out of the timeout. Tracy McGrady. Air ball, but Jermaine O'Neal with good rebounding position. Collects it. A.I. Allen Iverson with the room service pass to Jermaine O'Neal. Well, Jermaine O'Neal might be a little angry at the Indiana Pacers, but he's expressing some of that anger to the benefit of the United States tonight on Puerto Rico.
That's a great rebound. That's a great offensive rebound on one end, great defensive rebound on the other.
Iverson inexplicably loses the handle all alone in the open court. Puerto Rico with the ball, but now trailing by 15. Great ball fake. Ayuso goes by Kidd, and the pass is tapped away. Here's Iverson. And Iverson is fouled. Routinier whistled on the personal. That's his first.
Yeah, I think he fouled Jason. Fouled Iverson a little quick. He was losing the handle. I think he could have defended that one.
Routinier took personally some of the booing that this Puerto Rican team heard in a game against Venezuela this week. He said after the game, quote, "Win or lose, we are Puerto Rico's warriors and we should be cheered," unquote. And that sentiment was echoed by his teammates. They did not take that well. And to their credit, they have played very well. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. And Mike, outside of the United States, who faces immense pressure every time they lace it up in international competition, there's no question that Puerto Rico has been under a microscope here in San Juan, and they've answered the call.
They've done really well. I mean, they beat out Brazil, who probably has more talent than them on the floor. So they're probably where they're ranked where they should be.
Allen Iverson.
Duncan did a great job of looking over the defense, swinging the ball to the weak side. You know, again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but just swing the ball. Your shots will go down.
United States by 20. That's their largest lead. Ortiz with a feed inside. Santiago can't control it. Ayuso, the runner. Duncan clears the board. Duncan to McGrady. And the United States will retain possession. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 5:05 remaining in the third. Team USA looking for their 8th straight win in this tournament. They are the only undefeated team in the FIBA Tournament of the Americas. McGrady. Iverson. Allen Iverson hit a big 3 a moment ago. This is Duncan right down the lane. The lob to O'Neal. Iverson to Duncan. And he earns the trip to the free throw line. Well, Mike, they can't move the ball much better than they did in that half-court set.
No, they did a good job. You come up with a foul or a good shot. We got some Suns coming in now. They're going to try to change the momentum a little bit. Good timeout.
This is an official timeout. 4:45 to go in the third. The United States leads 60-40. Well, Mike, let me put you on the spot. The remaining 3 teams in the semifinals with Team USA: Puerto Rico, Argentina, and Canada. Which of those teams has the best shot at beating the United States?
Well, I don't think there's any question that Argentina probably has the best shot. They are deep with a lot of talent, and they've won together, and that's really important. They have a confidence, and they played well against Team USA the last outing, so I think I would put them as the best shot. Canada, another team has been playing well, been playing way over their head, especially with Steve Nash. Anything's possible there. And then I think that the 4th place, rightly so, is Puerto Rico.
These are the current standings in the second round of the FIBA Tournament of the Americas. The United States is 6-0 officially, although they have won 7 times. Their win against the Virgin Islands is not counted because the Virgin Islands did not advance to the second round. Puerto Rico at 4-2. If Puerto Rico had managed to, if they could rally and beat the United States tonight, they would not have to play the U.S. in the semifinals on Saturday.
And you're going to have a day with Carmen Electra after the game, right?
We're hoping.
Yeah, okay.
There's always hope.
Okay. Not going to be much chance of that.
Right?
.445 to go in the third. The United States leads 60-40. Tim Duncan with 14 points tonight. Elton Brand has a dozen. Jose Ortiz has been off the floor for a while. He leads Puerto Rico at 10. Carlos Arroyo has 9 as Duncan hits the first of his 2 free throws.
But we'll see. Coach Toro, I think, did the thing to open the floor up. He's put small forward in at power forward. Orly Routinier will be playing 4. You do have 4 shooters in now, and the floor will open up.
Fajardo is also checked in for Puerto Rico. And Vince Carter has re-entered the action for the United States. Tim Duncan got a piece of that.
Team USA was in a zone that time, and Puerto Rico kept the ball on one side, did not get a good shot.
Tim Duncan made his teammate Allen Iverson look good by chasing down that pass.
Try it again.
Two-man game, Duncan and O'Neal.
They have no answer for that play. Every time they run.
Well, Mike, is there anybody on the planet that could answer that?
Phoenix Suns answered last year in the playoffs. What are you talking about?
All right. Jump shot up and good by the man they call Sharif Fajardo.
There were a few other plays we didn't answer, but we got that one down.
Here's Allen Iverson. Iverson forced that in traffic. Ayuso coming back quickly the other way. Fajardo.
Oh, beat it up. Big foul out.
Hope that's not the only basketball we've got tonight. Roberto Hatton checks back into the lineup, as does Kenyon Martin for the United States. Martin will replace Tim Duncan.
I think we can see the rest of the way out that a lot of the starters will be rested. Ortiz, don't be surprised if he doesn't come back in at 40 years of age. There's no use in, wearing him out. Arroyo will get a long rest probably. Casiano, you might not see the rest of the night. So they'll try to get ready for Saturday. I think they'll throw the towel in on this one.
Fajardo with another free throw. And don't forget, tomorrow is an off day for every team. Including you, Mike. I understand some golf
Off day,
is
that's
the
it.
plan.
I got to work tomorrow. I got to play some golf.
Jermaine O'Neal. Antonio Latimer the rebound. Here's Hatton. Fajardo. Over Jermaine O'Neal.
He was persistent. He finally got it one-on-one. He got it down.
Fajardo's played in Italy in the CBA. Went to UTEP. Here's Iverson. Tap by O'Neal, won't go. Bounce pass. Deflected away by Jason Kidd. And a foul will be called on Puerto Rico, and that is going to be on O'Routinier. O'Routinier, 28 years old, played at Charleston Southern in Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, I really think that if Puerto Rico for Saturday, if they have a chance, O'Routinier, I don't know how much floor he's played, but he's going to have to play some. He's going to have to spread the floor out. Let the three-point shooter sit out there and bomb away. Maybe they go in, they have a chance. If not, they've got no chance.
Hatton did a great job with the strip. He got it off to Ayuso, who takes it to Bibby, but could not finish. And the ball belongs to the United States. It's been a frustrating night for Ayuso.
Well, the good thing about it, Puerto Rico just has to come back on Saturday and play the game of their life. So get another shot at them, if that's a good thing.
Kenyon Martin, right in front of the cup, couldn't drop it in. Fajardo will bring it up himself at 6'9". He wants to take it to Kmart. And it looks like Ray Allen will be whistled on the foul for the reach-in. Jorge Rivera checks in for Puerto Rico.
Wasn't much of a foul there.
Well, Larry Brown, after that snafu about the team fouls at the end of the first half, appears to have calmed down considerably, at least on the outside.
Well, a 20-point lead will have that effect on you.
Yes, it will.
It's amazing how you can let one or two things go.
Hatton, shot clock at 10. Ayuso down the lane, takes it to Elton Brand and scores.
Good drive by Ayuso. See if that gets him off a little bit and get his outside shot going.
Here's Brand. Puerto Rico trying to put a little mini run together here. They pulled to within 16. Hatton thought about a three. Fajardo. Kmart brought it all down with that rebound. Bibby's been very efficient shooting the threes. 5 on the shot clock. Elton Brand can't sink the banker. There's a half-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock as we close in on the end of the third.
They need a big bucket here to try to get it down a little bit. See if they can make a run in the fourth quarter.
Hatton with some quality minutes off the Puerto Rico bench. Tipped away. That is not the end of the third quarter. That is a shot clock violation. And Larry Brown is going to ask for some time to be placed back on the clock. No, I guess not.
I don't know in international basketball if you ever get to put time back on the floor, to be honest with you, on the clock. I don't think that ever happens. So that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Stolen ball.
And that is the end of the third. So 3 quarters are in the books here in San Juan, and Team USA continues to lead 64-48. Well, Mike, Puerto Rico made a little run at the end of the third, made it a little closer.
You know, I'm sure Coach Torre right now, he's debating, do I bring back my regulars and try to get a run, or do I let it just kind of unfold the way it is? It'll be interesting to see what he decides to do.
Well, the progression of Elias Ayuso in this tournament has been a very, very good story, and for more on that, let's swing it over to Craig Sager.
Oh, thank you, Dave. With me, the legal guardian for Arroyo, Diane Taylor. A remarkable story for a guy who lost his parents at 7, went to the Bronx, his brother murdered at 16. Suddenly, you become his guardian, adopt him. Now, yesterday, he signed by the San Antonio Spurs, Greg Popovich. How proud are you of him?
Very proud. Larry has earned everything he has achieved in his life, and he learned it with hard work. And I can't tell you how proud I am and the opportunity to have Larry part of our life.
He's a very unlikely story to the NBA. What is the most remarkable part of it, in your opinion?
The most remarkable part of it, it's the real American dream. It still happens.
At what point, after you adopted him, with all he's been through, did his life turn around?
When we became his legal guardians, the thing that made Larry turn around was to see hope and the opportunity to achieve something and to have just a unified support system.
A tragic life. He was a victim of his environment for a while. Were there points, though, that you thought he may go back, that maybe he'd return to the Bronx area, some of those temptations he had when he was a teenager?
I look forward to the day Larry returns to help other kids, and he will. And he has, you know, family in the Bronx that he dearly loves.
All right, you live in Roswell, New Mexico now. If he does make the Spurs, which we hope he does, how many Spurs games will you attend?
Every one I can. I have never missed a college game, a high school game, or anywhere he's played, and I don't intend to miss with the Spurs.
You're wearing a USA basketball hat. Why?
Well, I'm God Bless America. And Larry gave it to me.
American dream came true for Larry Ayuso. Dave?
That is a great story, Craig. Thanks. And Diane was proactive in getting Ayuso an NBA shot. She sent videotape highlights of his games to every NBA team. Vince Carter with a 3 for the United States, 67-51.
Quieting the fans down a little bit. They were getting a little bit of hope. Fajardo hit a 3.
Carlos Arroyo with a 3-point of his own from Puerto Rico. Kenyon Martin. And the United States starts the fourth quarter by going 2 for 2 from the field. They've been shooting 60% as a team in this tournament, but tonight heading into the fourth, just 47%. Fajardo, a variety of moves, can't sink it. Here's Mike Bibby. And Bibby lost it.
That's amazing.
Arroyo knocked the ball away from Bibby, and then Bibby tapped it out of bounds. Now Arroyo goes right by Ray Allen.
Almost a great play by Latimer.
Antonio Latimer is 24 years old. Played at Miami High School with Udonis Haslem, and then signed with DePaul. Ended up finishing his college career at Missouri Southern. Here comes Elton Brand and Kenyon Martin.
That's a great play by Kenyon Martin, taking it off the rim and dunking it back in. Super. Puerto Rico's countered with 2 point guards in the game at the same time. If Arroyo can keep knocking down shots, it'll be a good move.
Arroyo trying to fight off Ray Allen. And finally, Allen is called on the foul. And Allen, one of the best sportsmen in the NBA, nearly got teed up.
And you play international basketball long enough, you will lose your mind. You could be a
That
great
should be on a
sport.
T-shirt, Mike. That is great.
Hey, I guarantee you. I've been there.
If you play international basketball long enough, you will lose your mind. 7.5 to go in the fourth. And Ray Allen, the ultimate revenge.
They just killed the point guard. I mean, had no hope whatsoever to pass the ball. They raked him across the arms.
United States pushes the lead back out to 19. Richard Jefferson, the focus of our halftime feature tonight, is set to enter the lineup. Latimer couldn't bank it home. Here comes Vince Carter. Bibby, the pull-up. Mike Bibby.
Well, his jump shot is sweet. That's money right there.
Puerto Rico wants a timeout. 6:57 to go in the fourth. The United States leads by 21, 75-54.
Here's the steal by Ray Allen. Hadden got hit on the arms, lost the ball. Good finish by Ray.
And now Mike Bibby. 6:57 to go in the fourth. The United States looks like they're going to stay undefeated.
Is there any high speed with
Nick
you
Collison has his warm-up off. He'll be in.
Right?
The rookie to be of the Seattle Supersonics.
Hey, the ball's down deep on a pick and roll. Ray's on that side. Just let him turn him down to you. It's a great trap. All right? Hey, just make sure we rebound the ball and get it to him so we get out on the break. First time down, we're letting grab. All right, you back there.
Let's see if they execute out of the timeout. He said the first time down they're going to run a drag, which should be a pick and roll around right over the half court on a fast break, on a transition type situation. We'll see if Team USA comes out and do that. If they can do it.
Yeah, but first Puerto Rico will have possession. So Ray Allen and Nick Collison, new teammates with the Seattle Sonics, in there together. Richard Jefferson and Mike Bibby, two Phoenix natives who grew up 10 minutes apart, also in the lineup at the same time for the United States. Air ball. Bibby left it for Brand, nobody home. Arroyo got a good look at a three, but couldn't knock it down. Jefferson in the books with his first rebound tonight. Richard Jefferson. Here's Elton Brand off to Bibby. Boy, the United States really beginning to execute so much better here in the second half in the half court. Come on, Larry, you got to like that. That was a good basket.
He's taking care of the minor points. Ray Allen should have come up. Anytime you feed the post, they want the weak side to get over to the slot. Ray was a little slow in getting there, and Larry reminded him.
Fajardo missed, got his own rebound, knocked out of bounds by Richard Jefferson. Mike, what about this crowd tonight? You couldn't get another person in this building with a shoehorn. These fans here in San Juan have really supported this tournament very, very well. And for the most part, they have been very knowledgeable about basketball.
Well, it's been a super tournament. There's been some great teams, great games. The fans have been great. It's been a super atmosphere to come down in the summertime. This has been great.
They made some improvements in this building, added more air conditioning, which they definitely needed.
Thank goodness for that.
They carpeted the locker rooms. The teams have been treated to a first-class tournament, and this is an outstanding facility. And the fans have just been great. And you can't believe how the fans have treated these Team USA players. Allen Iverson is a favorite of the fans.
So we saw the drag that Coach Brown was talking about in the timeout with Elton Brand. Collison ended up on the wrong side. He should have been on the weak side for the duck in.
Richard Jefferson. Nick Collison couldn't control it. Fajardo with a rebound, puts it in. Puerto Rico back to within 19. And the noise, just to get back to the crowd a bit, Mike, this can be an extremely loud building. Ray Allen, got it. Ray Allen, three-point shot, Team USA.
Good ball move. Richard Jefferson giving up a hard shot underneath, the easy shot outside for Ray Allen. And he does not miss that shot very often.
When Puerto Rico beat when Argentina outlasted Puerto Rico earlier in this tournament, it's probably as loud in this building as I've ever witnessed. Richard Jefferson missed the dunk.
Great block.
Oh, Patton at the other end. This is an official timeout with 4:36 left in the fourth.
Ruth Denier had a great block on Jefferson.
If you take a look in the center of your screen, you can see Rick Apodaca in the multicolored shirt. He desperately wanted to play in this tournament. He suffered a knee injury against the Dominican Republic. He's a communications major from Hofstra University, and it would have been his dream to play against the United States Stars. He won't get a chance to do that.
Empezamos lo que pedí. Tenga 4. Voy doblando. Que no te intimide 20, ya bajamos 4. Hicimos clic con lo que pedí. 2-1-2 y sigo a la carrera. No buenas posiciones defensivas, no buenas defensive stuff. Go. Te vas a hacer 4 puntos si corro. Ok, papá. Corre. Viene. Vamos.
Julio Toro, the head coach of Puerto Rico, he's been compared to the Zen master, Phil Jackson. Like Jackson, he's a big proponent of yoga, has been practicing yoga for more than 3 decades. And he feels relaxation techniques are very important to outstanding athletic performance. And he's been wildly successful in the Superior Basketball League here in Puerto Rico. Been coaching in that league for a quarter century.
Puerto Rico showing some zone press. Probably just test it out, see if it'll work maybe for Saturday.
Here's Bibby. Richard Jefferson.
That makes up for the dunk that he got blocked the time before.
Well, this overflow crowd came into this building tonight hoping for a Puerto Rican upset. Fajardo's shot won't stay in there. The rebound by Vince Carter. Nick Collison. And now Collison will go to the free throw line for 2. After a day off tomorrow, when these two teams come back and face off again in the semifinals, Mike, if you're Julio Toro, what do you do differently to attack Team USA?
Well, first of all, you're going to look at the tape and see what worked, what didn't work. You know that you're going to have to knock some threes down. You're going to have to play an up-tempo game because Team USA will make you play that way. So some pick and rolls in transition. Make the floor wide. Get some shooters out on the perimeter. I hope you knock some shots down. Try to tell your guys you're not going to go one-on-one because it's not going to get it done.
Foul is called.
And the thing I would try is sending a power forward, send a power forward in like someone that can shoot threes. Maybe Fajardo, let him on the perimeter, open the floor up. And you're going to play Casiano a little bit more. And then hope the USA gets stuck in traffic and they don't show up.
Well, talking about being stuck in traffic, Casiano tonight really just a cameo in this game. Only 6.5 minutes of action. And we're talking about the leader in points and minutes played for Puerto Rico.
Well, he's been coming off the bench for most of the games, and he's had a great tournament so far. And, you know, it might be one of those things that Coach Toro thinks that he needs some rest, get him ready for Saturday. Or, you know, the department that he lacks is defense. So maybe he went with a defensive player just to try to mix it up.
Or Routinier missed the free throw, and Mike Bibby made him pay at the other end. Mike Bibby was 6 points tonight. Nearly a steal by Ray Allen. Patton thought about a lob, threw it away. All right, the United States would like to play a strong final 3 minutes of basketball right here. Get back to the hotel and start thinking about the semifinals, and a win on Saturday guarantees a spot in the Olympic Games. Elton Brand.
Just a great pick and roll by Brand, and swinging it back to the strong side, dumping it in. Easy too.
And the United States, after not making it to 100 points the last 2 games.
See, what we were talking about before, that's why I think Team Argentina has not that they have a chance. I think Team USA is by far, you know, superior and should beat them, but for them to have any chance at all, they have big guys who can step on the perimeter, knock threes down, also to break the press. Their 5 guy can bring it up, no problem, start the offense. And that's what you have to be able to counter what Team USA puts on the floor.
Latimer stripped by Richard Jefferson, and he is fouled. Routinier whistled on the foul. Routinier first started playing basketball for Julio Toro when he was 17 years old. That was 11 years ago. Yeah, Argentina puts a very interesting team on the floor, Mike. All 5 guys can handle it. They can all shoot the 3.
And they're completely unselfish and move the basketball. So, you know, that's, and Canada does, they do the same thing more or less. Led by Steve Nash, obviously.
Patton cut off by Ray Allen. Fajardo lost it. Elton Brand with those quick hands. Inside of 90 seconds to play. Richard Jefferson, the pull-up. United States by 25. Latimer, the crossover. He lost Jefferson. Fajardo kicked it. Carlos Arroyo could not get the shot to go down. Here's Collison.
Great feed by Bibby. Team USA playing hard defensive all the way to the end. They're playing hard.
Trying to really finish strong.
Something thrown on the floor.
I just like the fact that Collison thought it belonged to Brand. Here, you take it. Is this yours? And Elton Brand just whipped it out of bounds. Inside of a minute to go now. Team USA set to go to a perfect 8-0 in the FIBA Tournament of the Americas. They've accomplished part of their mission. They've reached the semifinal round undefeated. Puerto Rico will drop to 4-3. And after coming into this game winners of 4 of 5, they found the United States just a bit too strong tonight.
Team USA, they just have too much talent on the floor to play the conventional way. You just cannot match up with them, and eventually they'll just wear you down until it becomes a 20-point game.
And you could see over on the Puerto Rican bench, Julio Toro and his assistant coaches, Flor Melendez and Manola Cintron, Edmundo Baez, probably already thinking about what can we do differently against these guys on Saturday.
Probably thinking, should we rest people on Saturday to be ready for Sunday?
That's a possibility too. Fajardo with a shot. He's got 19 points to lead Puerto Rico tonight. And looks like Mike Bibby's going to shut this thing down. And this will complete the second round of the FIBA Tournament of the Americas. Final score in San Juan tonight. Team USA 91, Puerto Rico 65. A much more complete performance tonight, Mike, than the United States win over Mexico last night. Much sharper effort.
Well, they had more energy. I think the crowd helped Team USA with that. They're understanding also the week is about ready to come to the end. They want to be sharp for this weekend, and this is a great warm-up, great tune-up for them to go into the weekend.
One of the big keys for the United States tonight was the unexpected return of Tracy McGrady. Not only did he returned to the starting lineup.
And he did a great job. He played well, and we expect, also this weekend he'll be a big boost for the Team USA.
And for the 8th consecutive game, the United States goes to center court and celebrates. And they head on back to the locker room. And our Craig Sager, as you can see, standing by with Ray Allen.
Well, Ray, you guys are up at 9 by half, but only had 5 assists. Larry Brown not at all happy at halftime. But you come out here defensively, hold them to 29. What was the difference?
Well, I think we've been trying to figure each other out for this past 2 or 3 weeks. And tonight we just, we had to run the ball. We put some pressure on them in full court. And, we missed some easy shots in the first half, too. I think that's why our assists were down. But we made those shots and we passed the ball a little bit more.
You usually don't miss any shots. It's a little frustrating when you miss a couple out here.
I think the line's too close for me, Craig.
What?
The line's too close for me. I need to move back a little bit.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, a three-point line right here is great, and I think we a lot of guys can shoot it, but I could extend it a little bit more.
It's amazing. One point out there, you got, I think, a little testy. The crowd actually started booing you. I said, man, Ray Allen has been booed since he was at UConn. You getting a little frustrated?
I don't even think I've been booed at UConn.
Opposing teams, maybe?
I think that's a great thing about sport. When you go into somebody else's building, you're at their mercy. You got to play in a hostile environment. And tonight, that's what this was tonight. But, we stood up to the challenge.
You're not down to the medal round. That's the goal you guys came here for, an Olympic berth. When you look back at the past 2 weeks, how do you feel the team is?
Well, I think there was a lot of unknown out there for us because of what happened last year and coming in this year, knowing a lot of teams were gunning for us. So, we came in, thinking we're the underdogs. We got to play hard to beat everybody. And I think, these first, 10 games, we played hard, and, we won a lot of games, based on our talent, but we've learned how to play international basketball since we've been down here.
You got that steal and did the two-handed dunk. Was that kind of a message you were sending?
Well, I think people think I can't jump, and I had to just pull out the old hops for one last time for him, Craig.
Well, I think maybe when you compare it to Vince Carter, I think you can jump that high, but we know you can jump.
Yeah, definitely. Vince he's out of this world, so is Tracy. So, I have a little bit of something in my repertoire.
Yes, you do. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dave.
All right, thanks, Craig, and thanks to Ray Allen. Well, the United States wins the game tonight, 91-65. And, Mike, we've been hard on the United States about their inability to be consistent at the free throw line, but not tonight. They were 17 of 19 at the line. They really got it done tonight at the line. Just 4 of 15 from three-point range. They shot 50%, and they won the battle of the rebounds, 43-32 tonight.
Dave, you've been hard on them, not me. I got to face these guys next winter. I don't want anybody to think I was hard on them.
That's true.
No.
Well, what a good win tonight by Puerto Rico. No question, this building was rocking and rolling in the first half, and the United States played a very strong game.
They came out with the energy that they needed. They're just too good for these teams. If they play and pass the ball, share the ball, shouldn't be a problem. But, the weekend will be fun. It'll be fun to see who will be also the other 2 teams that get to the Olympics.
Well, hey, enjoy your day off, and we hope that Team USA enjoys its day off. We hope you enjoy your Friday off, and you'll come right back here on Saturday for more live pay-per-view action. And here is the schedule for the tournament semifinals. The United States now 7-0, undefeated in 8 contests in this tournament. They will take on the 4th seed, Puerto Rico, at 7:30 on Saturday night. And then at 10 o'clock, the 2 seed, the Argentinians, go up against Team Canada. Both of these games should be outstanding. Mike, you got a pick in that Argentina-Canada game? That's going to be a good one.
Well, you know, Canada's playing great, but I have to go with Argentina just because they won last year World Games. They've been there, and they have more players. But Steve Nash could win it by himself. We'll see.
All right. Well, Mike's got an early tee time, as does most of Team USA tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And we thank you for watching tonight's game live on pay-per-view between Team USA and Puerto Rico. Team USA's next game will be Saturday at 7:30 in the semifinals. It'll be a rematch with Puerto Rico, and the winner of that game will clinch a spot in the Summer Olympics next summer in Greece. All of Team USA's games in the semifinals and both medal games on Sunday can be seen live only on pay-per-view. So for my partner Mike D'Antoni and for Craig Sager, this is Dave Weekley saying it was another good night for the United States. Team USA remains undefeated. They defeat Puerto Rico tonight 91